Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. So, if there is one single habit that's most changed my life, that habit is journaling.
If there is one habit that I could give anyone who wanted to change their life going into this year, it would be to keep a journal.
Journaling is a great practice, and one of the reasons that I love it so much
all the journals I've filled up over the last 10 years. If this is your first time, great. If you've watched our little annual tradition here.
I would just search for
On January 1st, 2025, I decided to start journaling. I've had some experience journaling, but I was never consistent with it. I would only journal like here and there. This time is different now because I have drive. No, not that drive, lock-in. I have this ever-burning desire to become better and to improve upon myself. Journaling is just one of the ways I actually do it. So what does journaling actually mean? For a lot of people, it means a lot of different things. For some people, they like to ask themselves questions. Others like to just reflect on their day. Others like to use it as their own habit tracker. I like separating the two. And while these are all good options, for me, journaling means something different. Journaling allows me to remind myself why I started. Every time I look back on a journal entry, I feel proud of the work I accomplished that day, or maybe even happy that I struggled that day, because I get to learn something from it. I get to learn what went wrong. I get to learn what I did right. I get to learn how I felt in that moment. And I get to overall just reflect on my past decisions and my past choices and use that as fuel, use that as something to keep me going. Because every time I look at a past journal entry, I'm like, shit, I worked that day. I worked hard that day. And the more days I work hard, the more days, inshallah, God willing, that I will succeed. So, for example, here's a journal entry I wrote on January 15th. Sat in my car when I got home from work, brought myself to the verge of tears, telling myself I want to provide for my mom and prove to Baba his efforts aren't in vain. I plan to buy mom a house. I plan to show Baba success. Asked Allah for assistance, asked him for his plan, told him I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Another late night tonight, I'm driven. Day 13 of 365. I look back on that entry and I vividly remember that night. I vividly remember what what was going through my head in that car, what was my thought pattern, what work I did that night. I vividly remember all of it, and I'm so proud of myself for choosing to continue to grow, choosing to continue with the things I told myself I'd do. Because in all honesty, I've never really been consistent in much of anything. So for the first time in my life, I'm actually sitting down and doing the work. And this is just a record of my work. This is a record of my hard work. And I hope to show my kids this one day, because genuinely, this is a prime example of what I did to succeed. Everything I do is in this journal. Everything I do to succeed, I write down, because for me, it's just a way to record what I'm thinking, to record my ideas, to record my visions, to record my goals. And it's just a way for me to look into the future, and I get to look back and see all the cool things I did that got me to the place I am today. For me, journaling helps me create drive. It helps me remind myself why I started. It helps me remind myself why I continue. And it helps me remind myself why I should never stop. And it's a great way for you to look into yourself and to see what you actually want out of your life. Because if you don't take life seriously, then you're not going to get serious results. Every time I don't feel like doing the work, I take a look at my past entries. Most days that does the trick, because it is a clear reminder of the visions my past self had for future me, and the actions future me, or the actions present me needs to take in order for future me to become successful. With this journal, I replicate my drive. I multiply it. Every time I sit down and write, I generate more fuel, more reasons for success. Every time I write, I just look deeper and deeper into myself, and I realize that, obviously, inshallah, God willing, I have the potential to succeed as long as I keep doing the work, as long as I keep putting efforts forward 1 foot at a time, then inshallah I will succeed. Overall, this journal has not only organized my life, but it's organized, most importantly, my thought pattern. Journaling generates drive. I look back on these entries and I feel proud of myself. I literally get to look back and see how hard I'm working every single day. I get to see how consistent I've been. I get to see how bad I want it, and I want this shit bad, bro. I want it so bad. There have been so many nights this year where I literally just couldn't fall asleep, because this is actually one of those nights, because all I can think about is how I can how I can further build myself and how I can further set up my future in a way where I can provide for others, because in all honesty, God's watching me. All I want to do is provide for my family. That's one of my main goals in life, is to give back, because they've been providing all my life. It's my turn, you know? My own thoughts of how I'm going to succeed occupy my mind like nothing else in my life ever has. I've never been this obsessed, this driven to get something in my life. I love the hard work. I love the praying. I love the consistency. I love the journaling. I love the habit tracker. I love everything about working hard. I love seeing the results and seeing the fruit of my labor. Journaling is just an avenue for me to record my thoughts and my ideas. And every time I get to look back at my past failures, at my past successes, and overall it's just improved the way I look at life. I hope you find value from this video, and inshallah, you will see me again soon. Fuck, I missed it.
The pen's dead.
Oh my god, restart. Oh fuck. Why is this shit so hard? Bro, the last thing I want to do right now is sit and record videos. Like, I'm so tired, but oh fucking well. Boo-hoo. Cry about it. Let's get to work.